Welcome to where sparks fly, engines roar, and explosions rewrite the laws of chaos. This is the ultimate battlefield of fire, steel, and unstoppable power. Hold your breath, the blast zone begins now. Welcome to Saw Masters. A massive explosion erupted from a gas pipeline at a fuel station, shaking the entire area. Towering flames shot into the sky, accompanied by thick, black smoke spiraling upward with the blaze. The searing heat radiated in all directions as the ferocious fire surged higher and higher, reaching heights of several dozen meters. Eyewitnesses described the scene as a hellish inferno unfolding in real life. A terrifying moment at Road Atlanta. ODI Bakke's drift car suddenly caught fire mid-slide, sending thick plumes of smoke billowing across the track. The smoke covered the area, blinding views and stunning the crowd. In mere seconds, ODI jumped out of the car, narrowly escaping as flames began consuming the engine bay. Safety crews rushed in, while the car continued burning in a cloud of smoke.
What the heck? Oh, no. And round of applause to Odie's outside of the car. That was a big explosion. Round of applause. Make sure that Odie's okay.
It was a dramatic day at the grain dryer facility. A serious incident triggered a fire that broke out on the roof of the dryer, sending flames shooting into the air. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported, but significant damage to the plant is unavoidable. As of now, the fire continues to smolder, with thick smoke still rising while emergency crews work to contain the situation.
Hey, Jason, swing left.
A stunning yet powerful scene captures nature's fury brewing in the skies over Guatemala. Against a dark, overcast sky, bolts of lightning tear through the clouds, crashing above the mountaintops like the drums of an approaching storm. Brilliant flashes of light briefly illuminate the distant peaks, casting eerie shadows in the night. The wind begins to howl through the trees, carrying with it a chill and the scent of rain. It feels like a warning. A mighty storm is on its way, slow but certain, and nothing will stand in its path. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. Terrifying moment caught on doorbell cam. A moving Penske truck suddenly exploded in the middle of a street in Addison. Flames and a powerful blast erupted, shaking the area. Debris flew in all directions as thick black smoke rose and nearby residents watched in shock from their homes. A terrifying scene amid the wildfire inferno. As the #ParkFire rages through California, a home becomes engulfed in
Misty, scoot back!
Flames burst violently into the sky, followed by thick black smoke. Truly dangerous.
Misty, scoot back!
The flames roared fiercely, engulfing the entire house in a blazing sea of fire, spreading rapidly and relentlessly as everything seemed to be consumed before our eyes. Firefighters rushed in, spraying powerful streams of water, desperately trying to contain the raging blaze. Despite their relentless efforts, the damage to the home has become severe, painting a tragic and haunting scene.
I don't know.
A boat had just docked when it suddenly erupted into flames, with fire surging violently across its deck. Thick black smoke rose tens of meters into the sky, blanketing the shoreline in a dense, choking haze. The vessel suffered severe damage, its charred frame collapsing piece by piece. On the shore, several people scrambled desperately, trying to put out the fire, but the intense heat and ferocity of the blaze made their efforts nearly impossible.
Fire in the hole!
The explosion appeared to be anticipated, with barricades set up and all residents evacuated safely away from the house. It's hard to believe to see flames burning right inside the trunk of a tree, as if the fire is defying the very laws of nature.
Keep what?
A terrifying explosion suddenly erupted, with fierce flames blazing and thick, choking black smoke billowing high into the sky. The deafening blast echoed throughout the area, sending people nearby into a state of panic as they scattered wildly in all directions, desperate to find safety. A powerful explosion erupted, sending a fireball into the sky. Screams rang out, echoing the sheer panic. Today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. At the legendary Nürburgring track, the VW Golf GDI TCR DSG rockets out of a blazing corner. Tires scream under pressure, glowing hot from brutal friction. Light smoke curls from the brakes. Then, disaster strikes. Flames erupt inside the cockpit. The driver slams the brakes, swerves to the side, and throws open the door, escaping into thick smoke. Fire spreads to the dashboard, melting interior components. Marshals rush in, CO2 extinguishers in hand.
That engine bay has gone. This is terrible for that team.
A wildfire disaster is spreading far beyond control. The Palisades fire has scorched over 2,900 acres, with smoke and flames rising from the dry hills of California. The situation has grown even more dangerous as firefighting aircraft have been grounded due to hazardous weather conditions and poor visibility. With no aerial support, the fire spreads rapidly and uncontrollably, engulfing homes and threatening protected natural areas. What started as a seemingly ordinary car fire quickly turned into a terrifying disaster. At first, just a faint trail of smoke and a few small flames emerged from the engine bay. But within seconds, a rapid series of 5 to 6 violent explosions ripped through the vehicle, like fireworks detonating in the middle of the street. Each explosion sent shockwaves through the air, igniting massive fireballs that engulfed the entire car. Thick black smoke spiraled upward, blanketing the sky above. The force of the blast shattered the windows, sending shards flying in all directions. Bystanders screamed and ran in panic, trying to escape the danger zone. In moments, the car was nothing more than a charred, twisted metal frame. Police forces were dispatched to the scene, but the damage was already evident. The car had been completely incinerated, and the surrounding area was shrouded in a heavy atmosphere filled with thick smoke and the acrid stench of burning. Approaching the vehicle was impossible, as multiple items inside had continued to explode in succession, posing a serious danger. The explosion erupted suddenly right in front of the vehicle, leaving everyone in shock. The fire is ravaging everything in its path, burning fiercely with no sign of slowing down. Multiple fire engines and rescue teams have rushed to the scene, working nonstop to contain the flames. Local residents look on in fear and confusion. Flames soared high, with thick black smoke curling densely into the air. The blaze continued to rage uncontrollably, putting the nearby buildings at serious risk, threatening to spread at any moment.
¡Mierda! 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 Marico, la bola de humo y de fuego que te caga.
¡La concha de la lora! ¡Pero déjame grabar! Mira, escúchame. ¡Estoy pagando algo!
Quédate quieta.
A massive fire erupted right on the busy street, with roaring flames glowing bright red and thick black smoke billowing into the sky. Cameras captured the scene from multiple angles, highlighting every fierce flicker and flying spark. Crowds of curious onlookers stood at a distance, their eyes fixed on the blaze, mixed with both fascination and concern, while the sound of whispers and fire truck sirens added to the intense atmosphere. It appears this was an explosion caused by a severe accident. The deafening blast sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, triggering a wave of panic as people fled in terror. Thick white smoke billowed upward, forming a towering plume that pierced the sky, evidence that the explosion was anything but minor. Even from a distance, the scene resembled a battlefield erupting in the midst of the city.
No sé, pegó con las otras personas. Mi auto está ahí. Mi auto estaba ahí. Sí. Y todo lo de la bodega. Y mi computador. Y todo lo que trasladamos no se ve.
A devastating explosion rocked an oil refining plant, causing significant damage and shaking the surrounding area. Firefighters are urgently working to contain the fierce blaze, but the flames continue to rage uncontrollably, spreading at an alarming rate. Thick, black smoke blankets the sky, obscuring visibility and creating a chaotic scene that hampers rescue efforts. Residents nearby remain fearful as the destructive fire shows no sign of being brought under control. From a distance, it looked like a bombing or a series of explosions. Flames shot up violently, and thick smoke filled the sky. The danger it posed was truly terrifying. The car tried to show off and caught fire right in front of Gene Nelson Hall, Leggett. A car suddenly burst into flames after revving loudly like it was trying to. A yacht on the sea erupted into a fierce blaze, with flames roaring and spreading rapidly, proving difficult to control. Thick, dense black smoke billowed high into the air, creating a chaotic and alarming. A building in Poznan, Poland, erupted into flames after a massive explosion in the basement. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing the structure in a terrifying blaze. Thick black smoke poured into the sky, covering the neighborhood in a dark, suffocating haze. The scene quickly turned chaotic as numerous fire trucks and police vehicles arrived on site, racing to contain the fire and evacuate residents amid growing panic and confusion. The colossal explosion erupted like a blazing fireball, its fierce light engulfing everything around. Horrified screams shattered the air in chaotic waves. Towering black smoke spiraled skyward, like a dark beast swallowing the heavens whole. A neighbor managed to capture the stunning moment lightning struck a tree with incredible force. In a flash, a blinding bolt lit up the sky, followed by a deafening crack that shook the surroundings.
That was a good one.
Massive fire erupts amid rising tensions. Thick black smoke billows into the sky as flames engulf the area, adding chaos to an already volatile situation. The blaze is believed to be linked to intensifying disputes in Pakistan, particularly between Sindh and Punjab. A powerful explosion rocked a chemical plant in the city of Shahizi, followed by a massive fire that engulfed the area. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, visible from miles away. From a safe distance, bystanders watched in horror as the flames raged uncontrollably. Many were visibly shaken, overwhelmed by the sheer scale and ferocity of the inferno. The footage captures a motorcyclist in Cambridgeshire crashing into the rear of a car and bursting into flames immediately afterward.
Oh my God! It's on
Terror in the
fire.
skies. An Atlas Air military transport plane suddenly burst into flames, with fire engulfing its fuselage and engines. The dramatic scene was captured by a nearby civilian, showing intense flames and thick smoke against a darkened sky.
Oh. No, it's still doing it. It's still doing it.
A docked boat suddenly exploded with tremendous force, the blast powerful enough to blow off the upper structure of the vessel. Flames erupted immediately after the explosion, prompting a nearby man to flee the scene in panic. A fuel truck exploded on the M11 highway in Kalininsky district. Flames surged violently as thick black smoke filled the sky. Fire breaks out beneath the giant aircraft. At the EAA air show, the landing gear of a Lockheed C-5 Galaxy suddenly caught fire. Flames rose quickly from beneath the massive plane, shocking onlookers. A specialized fire vehicle rushed in, extinguishing the blaze within seconds and preventing further danger. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief. Massive fire breaks out in the heart of the city. A home at 1054W Hollywood Avenue erupted in towering flames, lighting up the street with intense heat. Multiple fire trucks and police units rushed to the scene. Residents fled in panic as firefighters raced to contain the blaze.
Then what you're reading?
A car caught fire fiercely on the road, with firefighters quickly arriving to extinguish the flames while police managed traffic around the scene. Although the fire was brought under control, the vehicle was completely burned, leaving only a charred frame behind. At the heart of the inferno, #WoolseyFire. This dramatic cell phone footage captures the moment flames explode into the sky, as thick black smoke blankets the landscape, obscuring everything in sight. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary fire, but suddenly, a massive explosion erupted, causing the flames to surge and spread rapidly. Panic swept through the scene as people scrambled to back away in fear. The terrifying blast left behind devastation in a matter of seconds.